Hello and welcome to this tutorial video of the Eclipse DocOrigin Business Communication Center, an innovative feature within DocOrigin that allows you to create highly targeted and personal communication without the need for application reprogramming or IT support. We're on information overload because we're bombarded by ads in email, television, social media, and more. We're becoming experts at turning a blind eye to filter out ads. Fortunately, transactional documents are still heavily used today. One recent study by InfoTrend, a research firm, found that transactional documents are opened and read by 90% of their recipients. Business Communication Center, or BCC, provides relevant, data-driven communication to companies while allowing HR and executive management to better communicate with their employees and vendors. For example, the marketing department at an insurance company can not only target information relative to a customer's needs, such as the age of a driver or description of their property of their home, but they can address needs specific to states as well, such as regulatory information. BCC provides a simple user interface that allows non-technical personnel to build targeted messages based on any piece of information in the data with a simple point-and-click method. Let's take a look at BCC and an invoice. Let's start by logging into the Business Communication Center. As you can see, I'm greeted with the definitions window. Since I'm a webmaster, I'm greeted with all of the definitions. I can easily filter through different departments such as finance. Let's take a look at an invoice. BCC provides controlled access to protect the integrity of your document by designating target areas for inserting images, rich text messaging, and barcodes on your form. Let's take a look at a BCC item image ad. Here you can see it's indicating there are 5 different options for this area, and each of them has one rule. It shows that all of these image ads will be prompted only if a rule is met. What I mean by that is that you can also have default rules. For example, if I open up the subheader banner image, I have 6 image ads. The last asset is marked with a star because it's the default, and that's because it's the first asset in the list without a rule applied. Now let's go back and take a look at the item ad and start with the first asset, which is service contract. Here it shows the image asset, and let's go ahead and look at its rule. In this case, we're evaluating the item number, and the condition is contains, and the value is service level 5. Note that every rule requires all 3 of these fields to be completed. You can expand a rule by adding multiple conditions or even multiple rules. Let's go ahead and look at our form in preview. This data sample has 3 records. Here we can see the header of the first record, which shows our fixed image ad, our QR barcode, and our dynamic header ad. Let's go ahead and search on the service level 5 by clicking search, entering the value, and it jumps us to that spot. So here we can see that our service contract promotion did work, keyed off of service level 5. Now let me show you how simple it is to add a new ad with a new condition. So let's add an image to the item image ad. And I can choose from either images from my library, but I'm going to go ahead and add a new image from my computer. I'm going to promote an add-on module to our printer 4580. And now I'm going to upload my image and watch as it's added to my user library. Click OK. The item is already picked in my library since it's just added, so I simply need to click Select. As you can see, my new image is added to the bottom of my items list, and it does not have any rules defined, so it becomes the default. We're going to go ahead and add a rule. I'm going to click Show Rule, and in the field, I'll start typing description so I don't have to sort through the full list of the fields on the form. We're going to use the condition contains so I don't have to know the exact description of that printer, and then enter the model number and save. Now let's go ahead and preview our form again. Now let's go ahead and search for that printer model. And there it is. Now let's look at a unique type of image ad called vertical lost white space. Lost white space inserts the best fit content in the untapped space at the bottom of your form. Let me show you how simple it is to set that up. Here we're looking at our PDF preview with all 5 pages tiled, and as you can see, all of the ads on the bottom of the last page are the largest fitted ads. But let's say there's a smaller ad that we'd like to promote for a campaign over these ads. I'm going to show you how that's set up. Let's go to our BCC Lost White Space image, and here are all the images I've set up for this target area. I simply slide them up to the top of the list, and if this image can fit, it will be promoted first. Now let's do another preview. Now you can see our new asset has been promoted over the others. Now let's see what it takes to set up some rich text ads. Rich text works similar to an image asset, except instead of importing images, you're importing rich text. Rich text can be added to fixed or dynamic areas just like an image, and users can adjust point size, color, bullets, and other features to capture the audience's attention, including embedding data within the text to personalize your message. Let's take a look at an ad. This is an ad for a discount on toner for any BizHub color printer. Now let's look at the rules. Here you can see our rule has 2 conditions if the description contains color and BizHub. Note that you don't have to worry if the user has purchased 2 color printers. The ad will only run once. Let's go ahead and preview our form. Here you can see our color BizHub printer ad has been inserted on line 19. The next thing I'd like to show you is a feature in the PDF preview that allows users to test different scenarios so they can test all of their new ads. So in this case, the first ad is being triggered for contracts starting with EDU for education. So if I want to see a different ad, I can simply click the key field being evaluated and enter my user override. In this case, I know there's a test for contracts starting with CON. So I'm going to enter that and see what ad I get by previewing the form again. And now we get a different header ad. This is really helpful for testing. There are 2 types of security within BCC. First, the user access, which provides 4 different roles with access to different features within the program. Second is the departments, which limit users to specific departments. Let's take a look at how that's set up. Let's click on the Manage Users icon. Here it lists all the users defined for BCC. By clicking on the username, we can look at that user setup. Here's where we define their username, first name, last name, contact, and their user group. There are 4 levels of user groups. Each role is progressive, adding access to more BCC features at each level. The viewer is limited to previewing BCC definitions for viewing and approving campaigns before being published. The editor has all of the features the viewer has, plus they can create, edit, and preview BCC definitions. The administrator can create and edit both users and departments. Lastly, the webmaster can troubleshoot issues by providing access to log files, scripts, assets, and templates related to the BCC definitions. Let's look at the Edward editor profile and see what departments he has access to. By clicking on departments, you can scroll through each department and check on any departments you want that user to have access to. Let's allow the editor to have access to finance and save. Now let's actually look at departments and how they're set up. I'm going to go ahead and click on Manage Departments, and here it shows a list of the departments that have been defined. If I go into the finance department, I can see what definitions are associated with that department. Here you can see credit union statement, invoice, purchase order, request for proposal, and statement are defined. So let's see how this works as far as access goes. If I go ahead and log out as webmaster and log in as Edward editor, I should see only the finance department. So here it is. I have no access to all definitions, only access to the finance department.
Want to find out more? Just go to eclipsecorp.us and check out our other videos. That's eclipsecorp.us. Or call us at area code 678 678-408-1245, extension 2. That's 678-408-1245, eclipsecorp.us.